Hello and welcome. I'm Natalie. Let's talk about money. So, today I actually literally just Googled money habits of the rich. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Because I've talked about many different things about money, and the idea is not that you're greedy and you're all you do is chase money and that's all that matters to you and all the things. That's not what the goal is. The goal is to have enough money to be comfortable when you retire and comfortable as you live now until you retire. That's the idea. So we're going to talk about money habits of the rich, okay? Let's go take a look. So, for the most part, wealthy individuals often demonstrate disciplined financial habits. A lot of us that are not considered wealthy are lacking these disciplined financial habits. And so these habits include living below their means, prioritizing debt elimination, automating savings or investments, and focusing on long-term investments, not today or tomorrow, but long-term investments, and then also multiple streams of income. That seems to be a big one as well. So we're going to take a little bit of a deeper look into these common, quote unquote common, according to Google anyway, money habits for the rich, or of the rich, I guess I should say. So the first one, and this is true for everyone that makes a dollar should be doing this. And this is living beneath your means. So for the most part, you just need to prioritize saving and investing over immediate gratification. We live in this immediate gratification world right now, and it is craziness. You see a shirt and you have to buy it instantly instead of waiting to think, do I need that shirt? Where am I going to wear that shirt? Why would I wear that shirt? Why don't I wear a shirt I already have? We need this immediate, I need to buy it and I need to buy it right now. And we push the little Amazon buttons. I'm guilty of this. And we have to have it delivered tomorrow. Otherwise, we're mad because it takes until Tuesday instead of Monday. Like, it's craziness. It's total craziness. So wealthy individuals actually focus on long-term wealth accumulation rather than spending excessively and that immediate gratification. And they also avoid the lifestyle creep. I spoke about lifestyle creep the other day. And basically, the wealthy resist the urge to increase their spending as their income rises. Basically, that's helping to ensure that they remain on track with their financial goals. So my company, I've talked before, we get raises basically every year, and our raises actually go into effect on our next paycheck. No idea what the raise is going to be. No idea. But when I get it, I'll be able to see, and I am able to increase how much I'm putting into my high yield savings account by using whatever percentage is the increase. I'm going to use that and move it into the high yield, which can then move into the investment accounts. This is something that I have to do automatically because I've proven to myself in the past it's not going to happen if I count on myself to do it. I have to do it, set it up so it's automatic. Okay? So the wealthy have a tendency to resist the urge to increase their spending. And that's what I want to do. I want to increase the urge or decrease the urge to spend, basically, is what I'm trying to do. So basically just avoiding that lifestyle creep. When you get a raise, if you're financially comfortable enough to not need the extra or the raise money, set that money aside into your high yield or directly into your investment account so that you can build wealth long term and not go spending it on Amazon. I'm speaking to myself right now. Spend it on Amazon or at Dillard's or at Target, because Target's a big one. When you go into Target, you can't spend less than $100. I don't think they'll let you leave the building without spending at least $100. Pretty sure. Think about it. Anyway, okay, so avoid lifestyle creep and live beneath your means. Very important. Next one is eliminating debt. This is debt-free with Natalie. Debt-free with Natalie. Think about it. What do I care about? Being debt-free. So avoid debt whenever humanly possible. The wealthy have a tendency to prioritize paying off any debt that they may have, and that helps to free up the cash flow and increase their financial flexibility. If you have more money to spend, you can then spend it in an investment account instead of at Starbucks and at Amazon and at Target. Can you tell all the places that I go to? Can you tell? Yeah, you can avoid that by spending it in your investment account, which means just depositing it into that investment account. And basically focus on your cash flow. So basically the wealth understand that having a strong cash flow is essential for building wealth and achieving financial freedom. So I thank you so much for stopping by today. Go ahead, give the video a big thumbs up if you would. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you can do to help make your financial habits be more like the wealthy. And also subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when that next video comes out. Let's get back to talking about money. And then wealthy people have a tendency to automate their savings and investments. Mostly investments, because savings is only important when you are saving up a money market or emergency fund. Once your emergency fund is built and you're comfortable with the amount, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, I encourage 12 months, but anywhere between 6 months and 12 months is typically good. When you're done building that up, you don't need a high yield savings account anymore. Not that you don't need it, but put your money into an investment account instead. Use an investment account where you can take money in and out without big penalties, but don't keep it in just a high yield savings account, because a high yield will range anywhere from 2% to 5%, just depending on what time of the century we're in. And this time right now is less than 4%. So it's okay. It's better than nothing. It's better than a regular savings account. But just keep in mind where you're putting your money. So when you establish the automatic transfers to savings and investments accounts, you ensure that consistent saving and investing. Don't count on yourself to do this for you. Set it up immediately, right now, today. Set it up so that whatever money you want to invest, you take it out automatically and it automatically gets invested into your account. Whether that's once a month, once a week, once a day. I don't know that they would take it once a day. The investment account might start charging you fees. But usually monthly is good enough where you can invest a larger amount. So if every week you're going to save $100, at the end of the month, you'll have $400 that you can then transfer into your investment account. Great way to do it. Break it up into small chunks so it doesn't feel like, oh my God, I got to come up with $400. It's just $100 a week, or, whatever amount you're working with. Some of you may be working with $1,000 a week. If you're there, then good for you. And most importantly, if you're young and you're watching this video, good for you. But if you're young, invest early, invest now, do it today. Typically, the wealthy are trained or taught in a different way than those of us that are just kind of normal. We are taught that you have to pay bills. The wealthy are taught that you have to save money or put money aside for yourself, invest early. So basically, you have to understand the power of compound interest and start investing early as you can. If you're 50 years old today and you have nothing invested, today is the day to start. Today is day one. Start today. If you're 20 years old and you haven't yet learned anything about investing, today is the day. Start today. Invest early. The compound interest is incredible. When you are 20 years old, you've got at least 30 years to invest. That money is going to compound in ways that you just can't even understand. You just can't even understand how wonderful it can be. So start early. If early means today, then darn it, make it today. If you're 45 or 50 or 55, start today. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't wait. You're wasting that interest. Don't waste that interest. Habit number 4 is investing strategically. So basically diversifying your investments. So you don't have all of your money or all of your retirement account in one account. You've got it spread out through different funds or different ETFs or different whatever you're saving, however you're saving it. Maybe you have a 401k and then you have a Roth 401k and then you have a IRA and then you have a Roth IRA, whatever. Invest it so that it's spread out among different companies around the world, not just in American companies, but around the world, so that if something happens to one area, you're not wiping yourself out. Okay, so the wealthy have a tendency to spread their investments across various asset classes to reduce the risk and potentially increase their returns as well. Because if the overseas market shoots up all of a sudden, if you're not in the overseas market or the international market, you've lost out. So if you spread yourself out, then you can take advantage of more of the wins. Okay, and they do speak about, obviously your regular investment accounts, but also if you're able to do real estate. To me, real estate is too big because I not have money like that, and I'm not going to finance it. So it's too much for me. But if you are someone who can do that, real estate's one option. Obviously, all of the investment accounts I just spoke with as well. And prioritize those investments with the potential for long-term growth. rather than those speculative investments like the Bitcoin, for example, or those short-term gains like a stock. If you bought into a stock thinking it's going to go up in the next 2 months, that's very short term. It's very short term thinking. And what if it doesn't go up in 2 months? Then what? Then you have to keep it in there longer. Versus if you just kept it in an investment account, it would have already been, accumulating that 10 to 12% interest. Okay. And then also seeking multiple streams of income. If all of us could do this, all of us would be better off. I promise you. Don't rely on just a single source of income. For myself, I have my regular job, and then I'm trying to build up a YouTube channel to have a secondary income. And then if needed or when needed, I always fall back on eBay, because eBay is kind of my baby that I worked with for so many years while my husband was alive. So I would always fall back on eBay as well. So the wealthy actively seek out multiple streams of income, like, investments that we spoke about, side hustles, even passive income sources. Passive income sources can be whatever it is that you can make money on that you don't have to put work in every single day. So that could be like doing a YouTube channel. All of your evergreen videos on YouTube they're continuously available. And so they can be making you money in the background. If you're someone who makes videos once a month, your evergreen items can still be making you money even in between that month-long delay in between videos. I am trying to get there. And the more people that watch the videos will help. So invite your friends and family to come along and stay for the ride and watch some videos. Give the videos thumbs up. That helps so that other people are shown the videos. And also subscribe, of course. Subscribe to the channels that you gain value from. Even if it's just one little tidbit, it does not ever hurt to subscribe. YouTube, sell digital products, books on Amazon. If you're a writer or an illustrator, how do you say that? When you illustrate books or like coloring books type of thing, you can do those print on demand on Amazon, which is a great program because you don't have to buy a bunch of books and keep them in your garage. You can, of course, always do eBay. You can, put money in the high yield savings account. That's very little growth, but you could do that. So there's lots of different items that are available for passive income. And then setting financial goals. So if you don't set goals, you have no plan of where you're going. You have no idea if you've gotten to wherever it is you want to go. I plan small term, so short term. Year by year, what am I going to do? In 10 years, what's my goal in 10 years? Where do I want to be in 20 years? Where do I want to be in 5 years? These are the goals that you need to set. Maybe you're a person that sets weekly goals. I don't know. I don't do weekly. I do monthly and I do yearly. And then long term, I do the 5 and 10. I'm not on to the 20 year yet because I'm scared. I need to get to the 10 in order to be able to get to the 20. So when I get to about my 5-year goal and figure out where I'm at that point, then I'm going to increase and figure out what I'll do in 15 more years after that. So, but plan out those goals. So the wealthy have a tendency to set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals. SMART goals is what they are. So set those SMART goals. Make sure that you can track them. Make sure that you can achieve them. Make sure that they're relevant to you and your life and what you care about. If they're not relevant to you, you're not going to care about it and you're not going to aim for it. Okay? So set those SMART goals and create a plan. Create an actual plan to achieve those goals. So the wealthy have a tendency to develop a plan to achieve their financial goals and then regularly review and adjust your plan as needed. Because if you have a goal of making $1 million over the next 2 years, and so you've set a plan on how you're going to do that, how much money you have to make every month or how much you're going to make every quarter or whatever, if you're falling short of your goal, you know you'll need to adjust your plan. And so only by checking in can you know if you need to adjust your plan. Okay. And then the 7th habit that I pulled up was tracking your progress. So monitor your finances regularly. Track your income, track your expenses, track your investments, just so that you can stay on top of your finances and make informed decisions. Budgeting is important because at that point how much money you can set aside to put into investments and how much money you can set aside for savings, like you need a new car, and how much you need to set aside for just your regular monthly bills that you're always going to have to pay. So monitor those finances regularly and learn from your mistakes. So if you set yourself up with a mutual fund not a mutual fund, I'm sorry, with a high yield savings account as your emergency fund, but you only have $5,000 in there, that's typically like a 1 to 2 month savings plan right there. And you have an emergency and you don't have enough money, your emergency fund doesn't cover your emergency, that's a mistake that you can learn from. You can learn 5,000 isn't enough for an emergency fund. I know now that I need, 15,000 or 20,000 or 40,000 or however much your lifestyle supports. You make those mistakes and get them, analyze them and make a difference right now. So, as I said in one of my last videos, most people will stay broke because they just refuse to learn and they refuse to act as the wealthy do. But, you're here, you're watching this video, so you're different. You're learning, you're ready to change, you're ready to make adjustments. Do these small things that the wealthy people do so that you can then get to that level and you can be the person who's investing 23% of your income every week, every month, every year, 23%. And that's the trend for people that are that's the trend for people who retire with $1 million or more in their retirement account. So don't just watch this video. Don't just watch it. Act on it and act on it now. Here's what we need to do. 1, live beneath your means. 2, eliminate debt. 3, automate your investments. 4, invest strategically. 5, seek multiple streams of income. 6, set your financial goals. 7, track your progress. And most importantly, as I always say, invest in yourself today so that you can make a difference for others tomorrow. And of course, give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And tell me which of these 7 habits are easiest for you to take advantage of and start doing right away, immediately. So give a video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. I thank you so much for stopping by. Y'all have a great one.